Seems like the camera focuses better since I dropped it off the hood of the big Ford. But anyhow, today is Saturday, April 28th, 9th, something like that. I have no idea off the top of my head. But anyhow, today is supposed to be a nice day and tomorrow is supposed to be raining. So, I'm going to load the shop with projects so I don't have to move stuff around in the rain. This tractor here, basically, it needs a battery and it needs a wing nut or a nut to hold the air filter on, air cleaner housing on. So this tractor can get kicked out and go. The case, I've done most of the work to it, but there's a lot of little trinkets and things that need done to it. Plus I want to run a new fuel line on it, and I think that'll fix half of the fuel issues I'm having. Either that or the fuel pump check valves are sticking in it. I'm not 100% sure, but the fuel lines are leaking, so we'll change those just to make it better and a peace of mind. The other thing that's going to get brought in here is the 8812G, because I believe it also needs fuel lines. It seems like it's sucking air, so I'm going to move that around. And I got to figure out where I want to put this. Here's my problem. I have limited spaces for stuff with 50-inch decks, so I kind of got to plan where those tractors go. So that should lead me over there. I mean, I could put another deck on 88 or 88. I gotta look and see if I can pull the cab. Well, if I do that, that makes it hard to get in the shelf over there. If I would pull that cab straight in tight to the shelf, because then I'd have to reach around it. It was a good thought, but I don't think that's what I need to do. But anyhow, come over here to the middle tank garage and I'll, oh shit, I should have brought some carb cleaner with me. Yeah. Pull 88 out of the center here and I'll go from there, start moving stuff around. So anyhow, pick the camera back up here in a minute and show you guys what I'm up to, I guess. So here's where 88 is at the moment. Like I said, I moved Wally back here. And you can see a 40-inch deck just, and I mean just, goes through there. So I can't put the 430 back where it was. And this 430 has the 50-inch deck off the 16G now, so it can't go there. I like how I put a bigger deck on it and all of a sudden the tire's low. You'll figure that out. Anyhow, I guess just gonna start the 450, start the other 12G, and I'll bring some fuel over and prime this thing up. Normally if you prime it up, it'll pick up fuel and go normally. It has a bad habit of, you let it sit, it'll start and run for like 3 minutes, and then that's it. And that's just the problem I've been having with it. If you screw with the fuel lines, you'll get it to work, and every time I've monkeyed with it, it's been the same thing. So we'll just try to put new fuel lines on and see what happens. Get the 450 clear in the front. If I get the case done, it can go right up there in front of the commercial 8. So, okay, let me get after it here. Do this right. Ooh, nope, don't like that at all. I was gonna check the oil, but I guess we won't be doing that. 450, the carb tends to leak through, so it's usually flooded. I'm gonna say the battery is probably dead. It's not cranking over good enough to start. It was pretty cold the last 2 days here. I don't think it's gonna start. I don't think it's gonna start. Nope. Well, we're off to a good start already. This tractor almost only starts. This, I think I got the fuel shut off. Well, ain't no reason to start this if this ain't running, so I guess I'll go get me battery charger. And do I want to bring my jump battery over here? Good question. Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, this one has a brand new battery in it. Only 2 years old. Exactly 2 years old. 520. Okay, well, guess I'll go get the charger minimum and go from there. Alright, got the battery charger on barbecue here for a second and see if... Take a step back, that way you're not in the direct firing range. Oh, come on, old girl. It's unusual. Normally this thing fires right up. So I don't know if it is wet down in there. Work the primer by hand. I guess the other thing I gotta do is make sure there's actually gas in it, huh? Like I haven't done that before. Yep, there's something in there. So I guess. I might just have to let this thing charge for a while. Yep. Oh, I guess it's gonna be one of them kind of days around here. But I also realized this has the same kind of nut I need for the NB. So maybe we'll go steal one off the other CCKAs I have back there. I think they have air cleaner housings. All kinds of spare parts with the 450s get through here. That's where I put that big screwdriver. Look at it in here. Points, condenser. Spark plugs. And/or a spark box. Alright, well, like I said, I'm going to let this charge. Stick this back on so I don't forget it. And we'll go move on to something else, I guess. Take the battery off of, or battery charger off of Cook My Life and put it on just toast here, I guess. Just only putting in 8 amps, if I'm understanding that correctly. One more try, huh? That's my girl. Alright, got that started. Let that run for a while. This 450 just needs ran more. It's got a brake hanging up too. Brake hanging up in a flat tire. Which is going to make it really hard to drive one-handed. Great. Just great. If we go like this. I'll get there. Don't you guys worry about me. Pull this out of the way. Oh, you know what? Last time I had this thing running, it was sitting out here with the headlights on. I bet you it wasn't charging the battery. I'll let that charge. See how 87 does there. Turn the fuel on. Something in it. We'll check. I love 87 way more than 88, it seems, but I hear her run a while. And I'm fairly certain that 88 probably will not start. Look, I got it in a place I can't even put the seat fan up. Boy, fuel's on, so either do one of two things. You can see the chokes the whole way out. It'll either start or it won't. I think that answers that question, so guess I'll go get some carb cleaner here and try and prime it up and get it running once and drive it over to the shop, and then we'll jump the 430 off, get it out, and we'll go from there. Sound like a plan? Good, I'm glad you liked it. Decided while I was over here, maybe I ought to just start the NB and back it out, so when I get it running, it can come right over. See, this thing has fresh oil in it. I didn't even know if I changed the oil when I got it, but I may have. I don't remember. So, best way I can tell you to start an NB. They don't, it takes a lot of cranking to get an NB start. And the battery is junk on this, totally. You can see I got a handy shop battery here that I use for everything. Clean my shelf off. Move it over to that shelf. Very good. I was making a 400 drive shaft. Oh, the drive shaft's out of this because it's laying right there. Doi is copying it. So, next question. That is negative on that side, so this is positive. Everybody gotta be so negative. Okay, we hooked it up, got no big sparks. And it ain't 24 volts, so that's pretty bad one. Not even a jumper battery has enough stuff. Well, that's odd. It normally fires right up. Guess I'm gonna have one of them kind of days around here. Ain't nothing gonna start the way it should have. Well, the wind's blowing, the door's shut, and changing my lighting. Guess I think a carb cleaner evaporated before I got cranking on it. Well, let's try it once like that. Because normally once you get it to turn over, it'll start. Like so. Alright, why did it want to be difficult the first time? Who knows? Like I said, it's just gonna be one of them kind of days around here. Yep. Well. It's got petrol in it. Got petrol. So now that it's stalled, let's do this again. Let this sit here and run for a while. Long enough so I can take the choke off and walk away from it. I'll let it sit here and charge the batteries up too. Be one of them days, everything's gonna be a struggle, guys. Alright, back to the other 12G, off into the sun. It's cold in the shade, it's nice outside right now. Anyhow, get back over here. Here's the 450 and the other 12 still running, so we're doing alright. to the shop. Remember that carb cleaner's there. Oh, tire turned this way. Oh. There you go. Like true legends? So you guys see what I want to fix with this. It won't pump fuel at first. You gotta prime it. It has a brand new fuel pump on it. And once you get fuel in the lines and all the rubber swells up, then it's okay. But then when it gets hot again, which is about a half an hour or so, then it'll shut off and won't run. So let it run about like that. Normally it will run for quite a while, and we'll pull the NB out. Everybody wonders why I want to sell some tractors. I got problem childs, trust me. Alright, well, for now, I kind of want to go mow with this though. For right now, we'll just back this thing out. Stick a drive shaft in here. And we'll stick a chunk of the drive shaft too. I made another one is what I did, and I copied the drive shaft out of this. There's that. Let's unhook the jumper battery. We'll hook it up to my maintainer here for a little bit. Not that it'll really do anything for the 20 minutes it'll be on there, but peace of mind sort of deal. Because this is on one of them 1 amp trickle chargers all the time. So, shut that. Yeah, you can look down in there and see the drive shafts off, or at least I can. I don't know if you guys can see it. You stay there. You belong in the shop. Alright. The old deck up. I haven't had a deck on this thing in years. Alright. Got some play in the steering and some really nice things in the background. Okay, here's this thing cutting out. That's what it does. So hurry up and get it up in the shop. The other thing that needs to go in is the 222. I got a front tire for it coming. I think that thing just shut off, didn't it? Yep. It's too slow. So, let's see, it just shut off, so let's pull the choke. Oh, I'm gonna need the carb cleaner again. Yep. Son of a beach. Alright. Back to the tank garage. Use the 75 C10A. Push 88 in the shop. Me and 88 don't get along some days. So, I guess we'll park this tractor back in its home. And better go deal with the other 3 that are sitting there running. The 450 and the NB, I really ought to run them some. 87 may go back where 88 was. And it was one of them kind of days because even this didn't start right up, and that almost always starts. So I'm going to let that idle. Got no problem with that. It'll sit there and idle forever. 450 is probably about out of fuel at this point. The old 450 chugged up fuel. Should have brought gas with me. But I think I'll air the tire up on the 450 and I'll go mow clear out front with it for 5 or 10 minutes. It'll be good to get the rust off the brakes and everything on it. And I guess I'll back 87 where 88 was. When they did these, they really should have put bolts the whole way out on the end. If you put tape under them or something, they won't rattle. Ask me how I know. Battery's about done charging. It's only putting 1 amp in it, so that's good. I guess the deck wheels need. I just greased this thing. I just had this in the shop. Oh, I should fix that transmission that was sticking out. I don't know if you guys saw it when I was backing this out, but I had to hold that up. Hold on. Let me try and fix that. And the camera battery is already almost dead. Nice. Well, not much better than it was. Oh, it's a little bit better. Trick is off the tractor before you run it the whole way in there and it won't start or something. Well, it's up against the leg there, so I guess we'll call that good. And it's shuffled over that gap right there. That needs to be over this way. I'll do that without the camera. Like I said, I want to go run the 450 and stuff while it's not raining, so I'll don my earplugs and go put some air in the tires and go for it. So it's been an hour or 45 minutes or so at least. The oil light come on the 450 while I was mowing with it. Shut it off to check the oil, and then the battery was dead again, so then I had to go and jump it, and it's been a whole ordeal. So it's all put away. This is still running. I just put some more gas in it. So I guess I'll mow back here a little bit with it, or I'll mow above the ditch, I guess. I don't know. But we'll run the old NB here for a little bit. So I just now remembered about that drive shaft. Yep, I guess we'll stick that in before we do any mowing. That'll help. I mean, you don't have to have it, but it'll help. This deck, I swear, is 150 times quieter than what it was before. Of course, too bad idler pulleys and all the spindle bearings mean that I'll never do that. Also, we got many flowers down here. It doesn't really need mowed, but I want to run this a little bit close to the house and then off the walk park. Makes sense. Not running it too high because I don't want the valve